Let's talk about something that's absolutely essential to our profession but sometimes overlooked: how the law shapes what we do as nurses. Think about this. Every time we care for our client, there's a legal framework guiding our actions. It's like the rule book that keeps everything in check. And today we're going to explore four ways the law plays this vital role in nursing. First, the law gives us a framework for legal nursing actions. It's what ensures our care is safe and aligns with professional standards. For example, when we administer medication or perform a procedure, we're not just following a doctor's order, we're operating within legal guidelines. This framework is what protects us and, most importantly, our patients. It's like having a reliable map to guide us through the complexities of patient care. Next, the law helps differentiate our responsibilities from other healthcare professionals. Let's be real, it's easy to overlap our roles within a busy hospital, but the law ensures clarity. For instance, while a doctor might prescribe a treatment, it's our role to ensure that treatment is implemented correctly and safely. Knowing where our responsibilities begin and end allows us to focus on what we do best while fostering great teamwork. Now let's talk about the boundaries of independent nursing action. This is where we get to use our judgment and expertise. We can assess a patient's condition, provide basic interventions, and educate them about their health, all without waiting for a doctor's approval. But the law also draws a line, reminding us when we need to collaborate or refer. It's like having a safety net. It gives us room to act confidently but not recklessly. Finally, the law holds us accountable and maintains high standards for our profession. Accountability can sound intimidating, but it's really about ensuring that our actions are ethical, professional, and always in the patient's best interest. Think of it as the foundation of trust in nursing. Patients rely on us because they know we're bound by these laws to do what's right for them. So, in a nutshell, the law is like a backbone of nursing practice. It guides us, protects us, and ensures that we're delivering care that's safe, ethical, and effective. By understanding and embracing these legal functions, we're not just better nurses, we're stronger advocates for our patients. And that is our ultimate goal as nurses. Now, let's discuss the main sources of law in our country, the Philippines. These are the foundations of our legal system, shaping how laws are created and interpreted and applied in our country. Think of them as the pillars that hold order and justice in society. At the top of the list is the Constitution. This is the fundamental law of the land, and everything else, whether it's a new law or a government policy, must comply with it. It's like the backbone of our legal system, ensuring that government actions align with the rights and principles it enshrines. If something goes against the Constitution, it simply doesn't hold up. That's how powerful it is. Next, we have statutes, which are laws enacted by legislature. These include acts of Congress, municipal charters, and even court rules. For example, the Anti Violence Against Women and Their Children Act Act is a statute that addresses specific societal issues. Statutes give shape to how the Constitution's principles are implemented in everyday life. Then there are administrative regulations, which are rules issued by government agencies. This might not sound as exciting, but they are incredibly important. Imagine rules about health protocols or business permits. Those come from administrative agencies. These regulations make sure that finer details of the law are carried out efficiently. Now let's talk about judicial decisions, also known as case law. This is where judges interpret the Constitution and statutes. Every time a court makes a decision, especially on a constitutional question, it adds to our legal landscape. These decisions act as precedents, guiding future cases and ensuring consistency in how laws are applied. Finally, we have international law. This governs our country's obligations under treaties, conventions, and agreements. For instance, the Philippines' commitment to human rights through the United Nations is rooted in international law. It's about collaborating on a global scale to address issues that transcend borders. So those are the five sources of law: the Constitution, statutes, administrative regulations, judicial decisions, and international law. They work together to create a cohesive legal system. Each has a unique role, but together they ensure that justice and order prevail in the Philippines. Understanding this will give us nurses insights into our rights and also helps us appreciate the structure that keeps our society functioning. Now let's move on to the types of laws that guide and shape how we live, work, and interact in society. These laws provide structure and protection, and they're categorized into two main types: the public law and private or civil law. These categories help us understand who's involved and what's at stake when the law is applied. First up, we have the public law. This type of law deals with relationships between individuals and the government. In nursing, public law often comes into play when ensuring the safety and welfare of the public. One key area is the criminal law. This addresses actions that threaten public safety. Example to consider is the Philippine Comprehensive Dangerous Drugs Act. As nurses, we administer medications and handle controlled substances. If a nurse mishandles or illegally dispenses these drugs, it could lead to criminal charges because it puts public safety at risk. Another example is medical malpractice. It involves gross negligence, like administering wrong medications that results in a patient's death. If it's deemed a criminal act, it falls under public law. So crimes are classified under public law as felonies, like falsifying a patient's medical records, which is a serious offense, and misdemeanor, such as minor licensing violations, like forgetting to renew your license on time. Public law ensures that the government can enforce rules that keep the public safe and hold healthcare providers accountable. Now we have Also, the private law or the civil law. This governs relationship between private individuals. In nursing, this includes interactions with patients, families, or even employers. If there's a dispute or an issue, it often falls under private law. One key branch of private law is contract law. For instance, let's say you signed a contract with a hospital in Cebu City, agreeing to serve as a nurse for 3 years in exchange for training and other benefits. If either you or the hospital fails to honor that contract, such as an unfair dismissal, it becomes a legal issue under contract law. Another important branch is tort law, which addresses rights and duties that aren't based on contracts. A common example in nursing is professional negligence. Imagine a nurse neglects to check a patient's vital signs after a major surgery, leading to complications. That's a tort issue because it breaches the duty of care owed to the patient. Other examples include invasions of privacy, like disclosing a patient's medical condition without consent, or battery, which can occur if a nurse performs a procedure without a patient's informed consent. To summarize, public law focuses on societal welfare and involves the government directly, while private law focuses on resolving disputes between individuals or organizations. For nurses, public law ensures that our actions protect public safety, while private law safeguards relationships with our patients and colleagues. Understanding this distinction is essential for protecting yourself legally as a nurse. Whether you're documenting care, administering medication, or signing a work contract, these laws provide a framework for safe and ethical practice. And as a professional in the healthcare field, staying informed isn't just helpful, it's empowering. It allows you to confidently navigate your responsibilities while advocating for your patients and yourself.